the Capitol and the House Judiciary, Finance, and Civil Law Committee, there was a testimony about, there was an amendment to the Department of Human Rights Policy Bill to include an exemption for religious organizations and faith-based schools to be protected from claims of gender identity discrimination. Now, that had long been the law in Minnesota since the adoption of sexual identity, sexual orientation and gender identity rules in 1993, but there was a balance for religious freedom. So broadly speaking, discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity and the basic necessities of life and in public accommodations was banned, but there were protections for faith-based institutions who held different views and traditional views about sexual identity. That exemption was removed in what we thought was an oversight last year, and a number of faith groups, including the Minnesota Catholic Conference, Muslims, Jews, Mormons, Protestants of various stripes, all kinds of folks came together to support this exemption.
The A2 simply restores the religious exemptions in the MHRA that protect religious organizations and faith-based schools against claims of gender identity discrimination when those claims would force those religious organizations to violate their conscience, to violate their views, their religious views on those very sensitive and difficult questions.
Representative Harry Niska offered the amendment today, and I would say it was shot down in committee would be the
I think that's accurate.
the succinct way of saying it. Generated a lot of debate, more heat than light, I would say. And so we'll continue to talk to legislators about restoring that. But troublingly, it says a lot about perhaps the intentions of some with regard to the Equal Rights Amendment, which we've talked about on this show as well.
Exactly.